Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you guys stop by today. Got another Easy Drummer 3 surprise surprise video for you. This one's a little different though. I'm going to go over something that's really probably not highlighted a lot and isn't used a lot. I use it though all the time, so I thought I'd share it with you and how I use it. I am in standalone. I've taken 3 MIDI files, a verse, a fill, and a chorus, and I've doubled it. Put it here, so these are the same as of right now. But what I'm going to do with these first 3 is to show you the difference, kind of adding more of a human element can have to your song creation, your riff creation, whatever you're thinking, and how I use it for that. So when this is in standalone, I like to play with this as like it's my drummer. So I'll find some MIDI files like this, and if I like a certain thing, I'm like, hey, I kind of feel something there, and I start jamming with it. But I want maybe a little bit more of a human feel. Well, again, Easy Drummer gives you the option of the groove editor. You can humanize, you can quantize with it, swing, randomize, and nudge a little bit. But there's another way you can do that, okay? That you don't have to get into the weeds too much with it, just kind of a general overall thing. So if you go here, and what you might want to make sure that you do too is you are actually able to kind of get a little more detailed on your editing here. So you probably want to bring your mouse about right here. You'll click and you can bring it anywhere on this ruler. And I go to edit tempo. Okay, so I get this line. So this line is delineating right now that I am at 120. So there is no deviation from that. It still stays at 120. So what I do is I like to go over here and I like to at the immediate start, double click on the left, and I get 2 dots, 2 figures, which is very similar to like your DAW editing. So as soon as you double click, don't worry about this one here and having to stretch it and all of that. You can if you want, but don't worry about it. I just like to set a number. So I like to set that usually at where I'm starting, so 120. Now, what do we do? Those of us that are drummers out there and those of us that aren't drummers can identify with this phenomenon, we'll call it. But what happens when we get to choruses or we get to changes or fills or anything like that? Well, we usually play a little harder, maybe a little faster. And that's just, the old saying, get to the chorus, don't bore us. It's, we get excited and we're going and we're going and we're going. So it's a natural thing we kind of rush. If you ever guys saw Sound City, the documentary, and you see David Grohl talking about his time with Butch Vig when they made Nevermind, and he was sharing the story of when Butch told him to play to a click and his like head exploded basically, So it's kind of the same thing here. We want to keep the song, the performance kind of contained roughly around 120, but it doesn't have to be directly on 120. And I'll show you why the changes that I do kind of give me more of a human feel that at times I have to look over my shoulder and go, "Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I'm not playing with a human." Well, we can give you that. This is a way of doing it. So, like I said, I like to double click here, start at 120 because that's where this tempo was started at. And then I just try to simulate what a drummer is doing. Past performances I've had with drummers, past experiences, and how they can shift in time, and still be kind of close to this, but we can move it around a little bit. We want to give it that human feel. That's what this is about, this whole thing. So I'll go about 120 there, maybe about right here. Again, double clicking on everything. I'll just say I'm at 121, and I'm just randomly picking spots. And let's say all of a sudden he went to like 119, and then we went back to 120. And then right here, he was at 119. And then right here, we started seeing a little bit of an uptick, okay? The excitement factor is coming in here. So maybe about right there, he's at 123, he jumps. So from 121 to 123, and he's kind of going there the whole time until about right here. We're back at 122, and then 123 again. And let's go, maybe all of a sudden, oops, he realizes I'm a little fast, so he bumps it down there. And we're still scooting it there. And right here, he's back to normal. All right, So all of this has these tempo changes in it. These three don't. Well, it does, but it stays consistent at 120, and you'll know in a second why I left that like that, to kind of give you guys an A and B so you can hear the difference. So I'll X out of this. Now, remember in the first video I ever put out on this channel, I talked about how I automate, I believe for that one I automated the overheads and the drive within the internal mixer here. So I believe I automated through here like an internal mixer. And then I also did the edit play style, which I raised the velocity levels on the chorus, okay? Well, we're going to do the same thing on this too to give it even more of the human element. So I'm going to go and edit play style on this fill, and I'm going to go to all playing drums, okay? And I'm just going to raise that to about, let's go 5. I think that's good. And then here, I've already done it with all playing drums, and I raised it to 10. So that sounds good. So not only have we changed the tempo here and had some variance in tempo, but we added a little bit more oomph to the fill and to the chorus. So let's take a look and see what happens visually. I'm going to now go back here again. I'm going to left click again. I'm going to go to edit tempo because I want you to see these changes, and you'll be able to see those changes represented right here. So I'm going to play it all the way through to here, and we'll listen to it and discuss it again, and then I'll play it again, and then I'll show you without the tempo changes and without the changes in velocity for the fill and the chorus, okay? And you can get definitely an A, B, and you'll see why I kind of do it this way, okay? All right, so let's start here. Here we go. Remember, keep an eye right here. Did you guys feel that? Did you feel that little push and how that was all kind of going up? And I believe on this one, it's at what, 121? So we're at 121. I might even add a little bit of more of a natural push up. So this will be 122 before we get to the 123, okay? So let's play it again. Again, take note of your tempo changes. Also take note of the fact that, remember, we did do the edit play style, raise the velocity in the fill and going into the chorus as well, okay? There, could you feel, did that feel human to you guys? It did to me. That's what my drummer would probably play like. And if he's listening right now, don't take that as, take that as a compliment, not anything negative. What I mean by that is it's just a human feel. That's how I would probably play with him. That's what it would be. Now, let's listen to it without the tempo changes and without the edit play style changes in the fill and the chorus, okay? Okay, was there anything wrong with that performance? No. Sounded fine. Sounded like just some drums playing. But did it sound as human as this over here? Let's listen one more time. You be the judge. All right. Well, to my ears, this sounded like a practice for me, a rehearsal, getting ready to lay down a song, and we want to find the tempo and just kind of jam with it and kind of go. That's what that felt like to me. It felt more human, for lack of a better term. So hopefully that just kind of gives you guys a couple more things that you can do within EZdrummer 3 that aren't just exclusively designed just for the grid editor here. So you can actually manipulate it right here as well. And again, I do use the grid editor to do some of this stuff as well and kind of slide things over. But sometimes when you're looking at a grid editor and you have all of this information here and you're like, okay, well, I kind of want to highlight this and I want to bring this over here, and we're going to kind of do that, it can kind of slow down the whole creative process, for me. And so if I just want to kind of get to something really quick and kind of make it a little more realistic, this is it. This is how I do it. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. Let me know in the comments. Give it a try. See what you guys think. And then we'll do another video series on this as well, but I'll do it in the DAW and how I'll do tempo changes in the DAW as well, and I'll write some of that in and just kind of show you some other ways you can manipulate it. But this is strictly for the standalone version of this and just when you're just jamming out. So, give it a shot. See what works. If you guys like the video, if it helps you out, please like and subscribe. And until the next one, later.